teams more than ready to get this one started. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Pittsburgh's offense making its way out, and we get a look at the player drafted to succeed Ben Roethlisberger as the franchise's quarterback. Knows a lot about the city. He's a rookie out of Pitt, Kenny Pickett.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Gotta like that start. 14 yards to get him going. Big article in the paper this morning talking about how they wanted to get chunk plays in the run game. Well, early on, there's a good one.
There isn't for guys on defense. They've got to remember the old adage. You've got to meet force with force, and if you don't, you get run over, as they did on that last play.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. Fights through, and now a crease. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready. And above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
Mayfield and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. The numbers on the ground for Foreman in last week's contest. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Opening carry of the game here for Rex Burkhead. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun and give to Burkhead. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. The Panthers in 12-1 now to start play. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat, and they are without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them right now, because to me, they have to be the favorites to go all the way, because they're not just beating teams, they're dominating them. It's been fun to watch them play, not just in their winning, but how they're getting it done.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Burkhead going to run straight ahead here. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A carry for Foreman. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. Touchdown! Ian Thomas, his 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Panthers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession.
They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Pickett's throw into the hands of Pickens.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll run again with Harris. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. On the draw, it's Harris. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but now from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, losing streak, so you must stay alert and stay aware.
Ready, break.
A run by Foreman to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now Foreman.
And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, Foreman, and he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you. and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position.
1st and 10, here's Pickett.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Brian Burns, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. After the sack on 1st down, Pickett nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot.
The final 4 weeks of the NFL season are upon us, and we got some intriguing matchups in prime time tonight. Patriots and Raiders, that's in Vegas. Josh McDaniels taking on his former employer there. And then Monday Night Football, the Rams and Packers from what should be a frosty Lambeau Field at 8:15 Eastern Time, 7:15 locally there in Green Bay.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 2nd and 13. Walker, pass complete, finds Thomas going across the middle. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25.
First down, Walker.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Up the gut with Burkhead. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. To throw is Walker.
He's got a man complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
Walker's throw is caught here by Anderson. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. On 1st and 10, Walker.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Rashard Higgins as the first half is winding down. And the Panthers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the...
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And a pretty poor return as he will dive to the ground to give himself up. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. The drive starts with Foreman on the ground, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe they'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They run again with Foreman. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw is Walker. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. Boy, sitting on a 2-score lead at this stage in the game, that punter, he must be pretty lonely over there on the sideline thinking, why in the world was my number not called there?
As far as he's concerned, the check will still cash, right? It is your choice not to use me in this situation. But I also look at it this way. You know, some coaches are more aggressive than others. They just want to take care of the football, have the ball on offense, and go at it that way. So a very interesting call, but he wants to take care of the ball himself.
Harris running straight ahead. Down to the 22-yard line.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Working out of the gun, it's Pickett. And that will be incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
and his kick is indeed good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Carolina offense about ready to go.
The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Again, it's Foreman. Cameron Hayward getting upfield to make the stop.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Eluding them, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Here's Johnny Hecker now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that they're deep.
Pickett lost it.
And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Had some good yardage there, too, before he fumbled that football, Charles.
Yeah, just think about it this way. Running backs, as a general rule, they kind of know when the end of a run is near, and you notice how they cover up, right? They protect the football. Sometimes quarterbacks forget that out in the open field. After a while, you start to wonder, does the running back coach visit the quarterback coach and say, hey, I can help you with this? We can protect it.
And we're back now in Charlotte. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run with Foreman. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Foreman is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown.
This one now, Charles, you'd have to think all but over.
I would agree with that because this offensive line, they've been physical from the first snap of the game, and it's taken a toll on this defense. And it was never more evident than on that play right there. They continue to move the line of scrimmage forward, and they open up enough space there to get their guy into the end zone.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
It's brought in by Harris. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down.
Here's Pickett.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Call it a loss of 5. A big sack to bring up third down.
Pickett.
And he's going to go down again. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Pickett, fourth down, desperation time.
And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Here's Foreman. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On second down now, Foreman. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On first down, Foreman. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They run the counter. Foreman, 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Deontay Foreman
with touchdown number 23 here on the year.
And the Panthers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Pickett to throw on first down. Pickens on the slant.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
To the air on first down with Pickett.
And his throw here is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Green. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Going for it on 4th down. Here's Pickett. Able to find his man. It's Pickens.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
George Pickens.
62 yards.
And the Steelers are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to 28-10. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all, and if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better. Yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. It's a room to maneuver. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And he takes it into the end zone for the Panthers touchdown.
Chuba Hubbard. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. I suppose it wasn't out of the realm of possibility that we could have seen a comeback, but that touchdown should put any hopes of a comeback out of reach. It's been a really quality effort for them here in this one.
And no matter what else you think, you have to admire the initiative to finish things off their way. Don't leave anything to chance, no matter how small the odds of a comeback were. Send it home with a touchdown and get to celebrating.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Pickett now on 1st down. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Pickett back to throw. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Dialing up another pass here, Pickett.
And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for the Panthers, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they'll have another home date next week as the Detroit Lions come to town. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, the rough season continues as they plunge to 1-13. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.